When the Reverend Joseph L. Levesque, CM, was inaugurated as the 25th president of Niagara University in March 2000, he was not new to Niagara. In fact, his presidency was a continuation of his service that had begun 3 decades earlier. Father served as a professor of religious studies for most of the 1970s, and from 1978 to 1986, Father was the dean of the College of Arts and Sciences and director of the college's graduate division.
In 1970, Niagara was a different place in 1970, and all faculty were located or housed in what is now Alumni Hall. So religious studies department was across the hall from my department, which at the time was English. So I met Father Joe right from the get-go, and just struck up a relationship with him, and a friendship started.
So I was fortunate, I met Father during the fall of 1977 and became a friend of his. Little did I know that I was going to be having a lifelong friend in Father. Was fortunate enough to get hired as an RA for my sophomore year and work in the same building with him, and had a great experience, doing such.
So when Father Levesque took over as dean, liberal arts was our nature, was our purpose, was why we were here. And he was in charge. He saw this college as very important. He made decisions easily. He involved people. He really acted as an important community leader even at that time, and he worked so much with people, and he cared about people.
During the 1990s, Father Levesque was away from the Niagara University campus, but remained involved as he served as the chairman of the Board of Trustees for both Niagara University and St. John's University. During that period, he was also the provincial superior of the Eastern Province of the Congregation of the Mission.
He wanted the province to have a clear direction, whereby all would be oriented towards service of the poor. To a large extent, that plan is in effect even today with some adjustments. It ended up with a very strong emphasis on the poor, also respected the role that the universities could play in the service of the poor, and he asked that they direct themselves more intensely to that service.
He will go down as one of the most successful provincials, and we've had many of them in the modern era of the Eastern Province, specifically for his pastoral way of dealing with people, his listening skills, his intelligence, his gifts, but also he really helped to shape what we call the basic thrust of the province, which is service to the poor.
Father Levesque took the reins as Niagara's president in 2000, and his presidency was marked by one of his greatest talents.
I think that his most tremendous gift is his gift of listening and showing that he cares and that he wants to seek win-win solutions to issues.
Father's always had the best reputation. My wife to this day says he's the best listener that's out there.
Under Father's leadership, Niagara University was completely transformed. Close to $100 million was invested in new construction, renovation, and improvement projects on Monteagle Ridge, each designed to develop the physical character of the university's campus and its 21st century approach to teaching and learning.
At the same time, he's a man of vision, and he wants to take bold risks. And he's very strong, and he's very focused on what he wants to achieve.
And his ideas about the community, his goals and hopes for all of us and all of our students. So that to me was a very pivotal moment at Niagara University when he was inaugurated.
But of course, there was transformation on the campus itself. It just burgeoned. It was a wonderful time during his presidency, and people felt very positive. And I think when we talk about morale on campus, I think it peaked during the Father Joe Levesque years.
When a Vincentian priest commits himself to excellence in the way that Father Levesque does, we all benefit as members of the congregation, and we have to embrace that and really promote that. So that's really something that's just a wonderful part of the job as I begin as the 26th president of Niagara University.
And while Father successfully transformed the university campus, perhaps his greatest influence can be seen in the university's commitment to its Catholic and Vincentian mission and its nationally recognized community service initiatives. In 2011, Father announced his plan to launch an Institute for Civic Engagement, and 2 years later, the Board of Trustees recognized Father by renaming the institute as the Reverend Joseph L. Levesque, C.M. Institute for Civic Engagement.
Well, you know, when we talk about St. Vincent, the next sentence usually is that St. Vincent was a great organizer. That's what he did for the poor. It wasn't that he met every little situation. He brought order to a situation. It's no surprise to me that when he first came here, he said, I want to be a president who serves the local community. That would all be consistent with the organizer that Vincent was and the organizer that he tried to follow.
The work is so important to Father, the work of the community and helping those most in need. And so obviously we take that charge very seriously at the Institute. But the other part of it is that, like St. Vincent, he also promoted excellence. And so not only does Father want us doing the work in the community, but he wants us doing it in an excellent way and delivering good customer service to those we serve.
Father Levesque has served many roles during his service to Niagara University: a professor, dean, trustee, president, leader, visionary, and friend. For his work in ensuring that Niagara remains a university that is excellent, Catholic, and Vincentian, Niagara University is proud to present the Reverend Joseph L. Levesque, C.M. with the 2013 St. Vincent de Paul Award.